Making headlines. The president launches a historic poll to gather public opinion on the generation ban on tobacco. The world's tallest precast navigation span segment has been installed on the Tilamale Bridge under the Greater Male Connectivity Project. And Palestinians inspect the site of an Israeli strike on a tent site housing displaced people in Khan Yunis that left a number of casualties. Welcome to PSM News in English. I'm your host Ahmad Imad, and I'll be continuing with the details for the latest stories. President Dr. Mohammad Moiz launches a special poll to gather public opinion on the appropriate age at which the generation ban on tobacco use should be enforced. On 2nd April 2025, during the second episode of Raitu Naiku, a podcast series designed to engage with the public, address concerns, and provide direct responses, the president shared his proposals for a generational tobacco ban aimed at keeping younger generations away from smoking. During the episode, the president revealed that a cabinet paper regarding the recommendations is being drafted in consultation with medical professionals and other stakeholders. As part of his proposal, the president outlined three potential approaches for the ban: prohibiting smoking for all individuals born on or after 1st January 2007, prohibiting smoking for all individuals born on or after 1st January 2004, and prohibiting smoking for all individuals born on or after 1st January 2000. Explaining the rationale behind these options, he stated that focusing on the 18 to 25 age group would make it easier to prevent addiction before it becomes entrenched. The poll, launched on Thursday, seeks public opinion on the three recommendations. This marks the first instance in Maldivian history where a sitting president has utilized a social media platform to seek public opinion on a significant issue. President Dr. Mohammad Moiz engages with Football for Peace as part of his visit to the United Kingdom. The president was welcomed by key figures involved in Football for Peace, including Kashif Siddiqui, its co-founder and former professional footballer, and Shahnaz Gulzar, CEO of Bradford City of Culture 2025. During the event, the president received a briefing on the activities of Football for Peace with the Peace Center of the university. He also visited the football pitches where he interacted with the youth who were practicing at the time. Founded in 2013, Football for Peace is a prominent international non-governmental organization with support from the United Nations Office for Sport for Development and Peace, utilizing football for empowering youth to address social issues. Football for Peace promotes peace, supports social inclusion, and helps people from different backgrounds connect and work together through sports diplomacy and local programs. The initiative continues to empower marginalized communities, teaching youth teamwork and conflict resolution. Their charity matches and training programs continue to help children, coaches, and team managers gain necessary skill sets, making a global impact. Minister of Health Abdullah Nazim Ibrahim participates in the 7th Global Ministerial Summit for Patient Safety held in Manila, Philippines from 3rd to 4th April. Organized by the Department of Health of the Philippines, the summit is a ministerial-level gathering bringing together global health leaders, experts, and stakeholders to strengthen international efforts to improve healthcare quality and ensure patient safety. During the summit, ministers and healthcare professionals will assess progress in implementing the Global Patient Safety Action Plan GPSAP 2021 to 2030, discuss priority areas in patient safety, and explore solutions to address challenges to achieving them. According to the Ministry of Health, discussions will be held with key health organizations and international partners on areas of cooperation and on advancing patient safety initiatives on the sidelines of the summit. Key initiatives undertaken by the Maldives to ensure patient safety include the National Patient Safety Program, establishing quality improvement and development QID units in hospitals, and the appointment of patient safety focal points in 178 health facilities. The world's tallest precast navigation span segment has been installed on the Tilamale Bridge under the Greater Male Connectivity Project. In a post on social media platform X, the Indian High Commission in the Maldives announced that the Indian contractor Afcons Infrastructure Limited had successfully erected the world's largest precast pillar on the Tilamale Bridge, which is currently under construction. The High Commission said the segment stands 8.32 meters tall and 25.37 meters wide, weighing 216.04 metric tons. The High Commission described it as an engineering marvel. Commenting on the achievement, the Minister of Construction, Housing and Infrastructure, Dr. Abdullah Muttalib, expressed optimism that the milestone would accelerate the project's progress to ensure project completion as scheduled. He thanked Indian High Commissioner G. Balasubramaniam for his close coordination and support. The project, which links Male, Vilimale, Gulifalu and industrial island Tilafushi, will have a network of 3 bridges, causeways and roads with a length of 6.7 kilometers. Each island will have interchange points and parking areas. According to the timeline of the project, the Male Gulifal component of the project is scheduled to be completed by March next year, while the bridge linking Gulifal and Tilafushi is scheduled to be completed by September next year. The entire project is set to be completed by 30th September 2026, according to the Ministry of Construction, Housing and Infrastructure. The Ministry of Divehi Language, Culture and Heritage decides to include Kandili Mosque of Mamigili Aliftal Atoll to the National Heritage List. Preserving Maldivian identity and heritage is a key priority of President Dr. Mohammad Moise, and the government has undertaken significant efforts to protect historical sites in the Maldives and revive national pride. As part of this initiative, the Ministry of Divehi Language, Culture and Heritage is conducting site assessments across the Maldives to determine the condition of the ancient heritage sites and monuments and preserve them for future generations. The decision to include Kandili Mosque in the National Heritage List follows discussions between the Minister of Divehi Language, Culture and Heritage, Adam Nasir Ibrahim, and Mamigili Council President Imad Farouk. During the meeting, the Mamigili Council also requested the mosque to be included in the National Heritage List. The ministry said the mosque features exquisite stonework of outstanding standard and commended the council's efforts in preserving this structure. The ministry further noted that Mamigili and Femfushi of Aliftal Atoll are renowned for their traditional stone carving and emphasized the need to safeguard the sites for future generations. The government's heritage conservation policy aims to develop the heritage sector without compromising the originality and natural beauty of historical sites. According to the Ministry of Divehi Language, Culture and Heritage, there are about 400 heritage sites in the Maldives. However, the total number of heritage sites, including those buried underground, is estimated to be nearly 2,000. Maldivian Blood Services (MBS) extends its operating hours effective April 6th. MBS said its operating hours will be from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. from Saturday through Thursday every week. Before the change, MBS operating hours were until 8 p.m., which means it will offer its services for an extra hour every day except on Fridays. As per the announcement by MBS, HB sample collections will be carried out from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. from Saturday to Thursday, while Crossmet sample collections will be carried out from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. from Saturday to Wednesday and 8 a.m. to 5:45 p.m. on Thursday. Thalassemia screening will be conducted from 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m., while thalassemia card issuance will be carried out from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Donor blood collections will be carried out from 8 a.m. to 7:45 p.m., while blood transfusions for 1 unit will be carried out from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and for 2 units from 8 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Doctor consultations will be conducted from 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Families of thalassemia patients often encounter numerous challenges in accessing necessary treatments, such as bone marrow transplants. In response, the government has implemented various measures to alleviate these issues and ensure that services are accessible within the country. The Male Water and Sewerage Company, MWSC, commences water and sewerage projects in 9 islands under the policy to ensure clean water and safe sewerage across the Maldives. Ensuring water security remains one of MWSC's most important objectives. In addition to the MWSC's main water production center in the Greater Male area, 2 water production centers have been established in 2 other areas of Male, decentralizing its operations. MWSC's Managing Director Abdul Mateen Mohammed stated that the company is undertaking projects in several islands under the government's policy to ensure access to clean water and safe storage for the entire Maldivian population. He confirmed that from the water and sewerage projects awarded to the company by the Ministry of Construction, Housing and Infrastructure, work is already underway in 9 islands. Mateen explained that excavators required for water service establishment in Miladu and Magudu of Noon Atoll, as well as Numara and Bileffahi of Shavin Atoll have been sent to the islands. He noted MWSC has also begun clearing sites for reverse osmosis RO buildings in these islands. Additionally, he said the survey work for water connection to households in Numara has already been scheduled, while water meter assembling has also commenced in Bileffahi and Miladu. US President Donald Trump's punishing tariffs rocked global financial markets, with the dollar and US stocks tumbling as investors rushed to safe havens on fears a broadening trade war would push an already fragile world economy into recession. Trump's trade measures, announced after Wall Street's closing bell, were much more severe than many investors were anticipating. They included a 10% baseline levy on all US imports, with much higher duties imposed on some countries. The US president said his new economic effort seeks to build the economy by spurring domestic manufacturing, raising government revenue, and thwarting cheating on trade. Reciprocal tariffs ranging from 10% to 50% were imposed on products the US imports from many of its trading partners. The EU received 20%, China 34%, Vietnam 46%, Taiwan 32%, Japan 24%, India 26%, South Korea 25%, Thailand 36%, Switzerland 31%, Indonesia 32%, Malaysia 24%, Cambodia 49%, South Africa 30%, Bangladesh 30%, and Israel 17% in reciprocal tariffs. Some countries such as Turkey, the UK, Brazil, Australia, the United Arab Emirates, New Zealand, Egypt and Saudi Arabia were subjected to 10% baseline tariffs each. Tech companies' stock prices fell sharply, with Apple's shares down more than 9% due to supply chain disruption worries. More US tariffs were imposed on China, the country that supplies essential iPhone components, increasing the overall rate to 54%. Similar worries caused chip stocks to also plummet, with Nvidia down more than 7%. The market capitalization of the so-called Magnificent Seven stocks dropped more than $900 billion. The market sell-off was acknowledged by Trump, who compared the imposition of tariffs to when a patient gets operated on. Trump said the markets and the stocks are going to boom along with the country, and the rest of the world wants to see if there is any way they can make a deal. On the macroeconomic data side, the US foreign trade deficit declined 6.1% in February month-on-month to $122.7 billion. Initial jobless claims in the country fell 6,000 to 219,000 last week, lower than the expected figure of 225,000. The Dow Jones Industrial Average dove 3.98% or 1,679.39 points to end the day at 40,545.93, posting its worst day since June 2020. The S&P 500 declined 4.84% or 274.45 points to 5,396.52, also its worst session since June 2020. The Nasdaq Composite plummeted 5.97% or 1,050.44 points to 16,550.60, registering its biggest decline since March 2020. The VIX index, also known as the Fear Index, soared 39.56% to 30.02. Palestinians inspected on Thursday the site of an Israeli strike on a tent site housing displaced people in Khan Yunis that left a number of casualties, according to Gaza's health ministry and eyewitnesses. One eyewitness, Hussam, a displaced Palestinian from Rafah, said the strike hit their location late at night on Wednesday. Israel has regularly said it takes steps to avoid civilian casualties. Israel announced a major expansion of military operations in Gaza on Wednesday, saying large areas of the enclave would be seized and added to its security zones, accompanied by large-scale evacuations of the population. Israel invaded Gaza after thousands of Hamas-led gunmen stormed communities in southern Israel in an attack that killed 1,200 people, according to Israeli tallies, and saw 251 taken as hostages. The Israeli campaign has killed more than 50,000 Palestinians, according to Palestinian health officials, and ravaged the Gaza Strip, forcing almost the entire population of 2.3 million from their homes. A Russian drone attack on Kharkiv, Ukraine's second-largest city, hit dwellings and triggered fires late on Thursday, killing at least 2 people and injuring 32. Video from the State Emergency Service of Ukraine in the Kharkiv region released on Friday showed residential buildings with their windows blown out and vehicles and other buildings on fire. Firefighters and emergency service personnel were also seen working to put out fires and attending to residents. Reuters was not able to independently verify the location or the date when the footage was filmed. Kharkiv in northeastern Ukraine has been subject to nearly nightly Russian drone attacks in the past week, including an hour-long barrage on Wednesday evening. Brazil's 2019 world champion Italo Ferreira continued his strong start to the season, while 2022 El Salvador Pro winner Griffin Colapinto also got a heat win at the 2025 edition of the event. Stop number 4 of the World Surf League WSL Championship Tour saw a highly anticipated matchup between Ferreira and local wildcard Brian Perez on Thursday, and ended with Ferreira getting an 8 out of a possible 10, earning him an excellent. Perez was sent to the elimination round. Colapinto, who hasn't been at the top of his game this season, found his groove in the opening round, nearly scoring an excellent with a heat total of 14.87. On the women's side, USA's Caroline Marks and former event finalist Lakey Peterson went up against each other in a buzzer-beater moment in Heat 2. Peterson scored 12.17 DEF, Marks carded 9.43, and Elisa Spencer got 8.53. Nintendo's Switch 2 gaming console will launch on June 5th, the company announced, heralding its long-anticipated successor to its hit hybrid home portable Switch. The Switch 2 offers a bigger screen, mouse controls, and a chat function available via a dedicated button on the controller. The device will retail for $449.99 in the United States and 49,980 yen in Japan for a Japanese language system, or 69,908. Switch has sold more than 150 million units, with hardware refreshes and hit games from franchises such as Super Mario and The Legend of Zelda extending its life cycle. And that's all we have for you right now. Thank you for tuning into PSM News. Wish you a pleasant day ahead.
यासीगतुं अस्तु वर बुड़ा में सिर्फ कोफ़ा हुन्नानी वर पोस्ट लाइफ
देंगे बाहर गोड़ व्यवहार नुतन स्वेदो देख आहार ही मदे
दें अंगिं कुदिन एको गुस्से के पोस्ट लाइफ वालों में उड़े वाह के ते न्यू रेडियंट विस 10 मिलियन गैम्बा हकेनी हुलमाले अगुबड़ती गोती तक गने के वालों उन वरंग आधे के दिरू में बेवड़ने हम कोटो को फैसा बहट्टा पे सुनना नालों नेरे दीप
Evering, Hukuru Dogere Bavis Kadisu Minutuga, PSM News.
Evering, Furniture Partner, Jaya Investment. A1. Interior partner Proxy. Timber partner Ego Timber.
ಲೋಬಿವಾ ಮಮ್ಮ ಶಾಣಿ ಮಮ್ಮ ತೂಕೊ ಫಮಿದಣಿ ಮಮ್ಮದಕ್ಕೆ ಲೋಬಿನುವಾತಿ ಎಣ್ಣು
mage hama karwalelu mage fade mage hama mayus mege matiyya
ශානීදී බොඩු කුර්බානියේ
ಇನ್ನಂ ಬೇಣು ವಾತಿವೆ ಆಯಿ ಅವ ಕುರಿಮ ತಿಲಿಂಗ್ ಉರಿ ಹಾಕಮ ಕಳ್ಸ್
ඕගාතෙරි ෆිරිය
අම්ම හිංහමනු ජයන කොත එච්චකේ නොබොනච්චේ එච්චකේ බොන විදාන හීවන්ය එවකුත ෆෝනු නුනගාශ
ලෝබීගේ නාම සිල් නිසානේ
ಅದೊಂದು ಮಿಹಿರಿ ಅದೇ ಸಮ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಂ ಆಯ್ಕೆಗೆ ವರ ಲೋಬಿವೆ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಂ ವೆಸ್ ಮಶಾಯ್ಕಿಗೆ ವಚ್ಚೆ
ಸಿಫಣು ವಿದುಲಕುಂ ಹೊಣಿ ಋತುಗೆರೆ ವಾವಿಸ್ ಗಡಿಸೊ ಮಿನಿಟುಗ PSM ನ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್
Sifa Nuvi Dulakun. Co-sponsor Maldives Post.